So we'll just start off with, how was it starting off football? Like, where did you start off, at what age?
Local, man. I played. Grew up in Camden, so the local place was Market Road. I got my first team when I was 8. A team called St Pancras at the time, and literally there it was just a normal Sunday league team. Played at Market Road on Fridays, and yeah, that's when the love for football really started.
So from St Pancras, which was obviously just normal Friday league grassroots football, where did you go on from there?
It was probably year 6. Just as I leaving secondary school, got scouted for the borough. Started playing for Camden. Went into year 7 playing for Camden and Islington, and then from then on it was just kind of like the best local team. So I went to Pro Touch, and from Pro Touch, there was a bit of a gap, and I played in the London Youth Games. At Youth Games, I got scouted by QPR, Dagenham at the time, Leighton Orient. And I went on various trials, and I ended up signing for Dagenham and Redbridge. And I did a 2-year schoolboy there until I was 16.
So how was your schoolboy at Dagenham and Redbridge? Like, how was that feeling, actually knowing like all the work you put in from grassroots, you finally got scouted? Because obviously as a youngster, that's what you look for. You want to push on in the league and try and get into pro clubs.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, Dagenham at the time were a League 2 club. And it literally was the first time, obviously, coming from local boy, just playing on a Sunday afternoon. It was like, yeah, this was different. I was playing against Arsenal. Like, my first game for Dagenham was against Arsenal. We lost a big scoreline, but it was like, this was mad. I played against the team I supported, and then from then on, it's like local teams like Southend and whatnot, and it just changed my perspective, and it made it more real. You could kind of see, even if it was League 2, you could see that you wanted to become a professional.
So from Dagenham, where did you go on after that?
So unfortunately, I didn't get my scholarship at Dagenham. And I spent a year at a Conference South club called Hazen Yedden at the time. And from Hazen Yedden, I was looking online and I went to a trial for Nike, the Nike Academy at the time. And yeah, basically it was a bunch of boys from across England on a trial. I was at QPR, and 2 boys got selected out of 80. And I happened to be one of them boys. And I got a trial for the Nike Academy. They train at St George's Park. It was a full-time program. And it was basically like a scholarship pro. It was massive, and luckily for me, I got through all the stages and I got into the academy. And when I was there, I played against clubs like PSG. I went to France, played against Paris Saint-Germain. I went to America, I played against Portland Timbers, played against Barcelona at Wembley. And it was a crazy experience. It was a crazy year of my life. I travelled up and down the world, playing against the best young players in the world. Kempembe that plays for me. I played against so many players at that time. It was surreal to think, and the process has helped you, and it helped a lot.
At that moment when you were sitting at the computer just like looking for trials, was Nike the first one that popped up? Like, did someone tell you about it, or did you just think?
To be honest, when I was at it was at Dagenham the first time I ever saw the Nike Academy. I used to think, right, this is so sick. I saw the YouTube videos and that. But obviously when you're at a pro club, you're already at the stage the kids want to get to, because there's a bunch of boys that got released from clubs wanting to get back in. So it wasn't really an option. It was only when I got released I thought, what do I do? Went a couple trials at clubs and it didn't work out, and then I just looked for when the next opportunity was for their trials to see if I could do it. And yeah, the rest is history. It went like that, and I'm just buzzing that for the experience. It was a really sick one. It was really good.
You found out like you got accepted. How was that feeling? How did it happen? How did it come across? Did they tell you on the day? Was it an email? Was it a phone call?
To be fair, the whole stage of even getting the trial was probably a bigger relief than the trial, because I believe in my own ability, so I know what I can do. But the actual process of the emails, sending your football CV, that's before someone even sees you. So just to get accepted to go on the trial was bigger, because I had a lot of friends that did the same and didn't get accepted to go on the trial. So once I got through that stage, it was kind of like, all right, cool, let me prepare myself. I think I was at college at the time, and obviously I hated college because I played football my whole life. It's one of them things. I'm at college, and it was a dead college in Hackney, and no one knew I went college. So it's kind of like, it was one of them moments where it was like all or nothing, innit? That I'm like, I need to get signed, and then I just went there and I gave it everything. And luckily, one of my close friends, Sean Clare, he got picked up that day, and so did I. And from there on, we both just kept on climbing and worked our way up.
You talk about playing in Wembley. Obviously, somewhere in Wembley's biggest pitch in London, biggest stadium, stuff like that. How was that feeling, like walking out of Wembley when you're playing Barcelona which is obviously a massive club.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's their youth team, but then again, their history speaks for itself. How was that feeling walking out saying, "Whoa, I'm actually playing on Wembley"?
You know what it was? The build-up was crazy because when we got told about it, we didn't kind of believe it because we played Barcelona earlier on in the year at the new camp, their mini new camp.
Yeah.
And we beat them 2-1. So we knew that they wanted a rematch because it was such a big event that we beat them. So this time around, they brought their best under-19s, and it was like the home of English football, Wembley Stadium. You had all your family and friends. The pitch is massive. Like, I remember it was massive. Like, we just walked out and you're thinking, whoa, like, imagine it's full. Yeah. And it was one of them games you never forget, and you always remember that you want more just because of that game.
And then from Nike Academy, where did you end up going off to?
All right. So from the Nike Academy, I got spotted. We had a game against Burnley, and luckily the scouts at Burnley was like what they saw. I went on the trial. My first game for Burnley was against Liverpool. Beat Liverpool, and the week after we had another game against Fleetwood Town at the time, and we beat them as well. And it was after my second game, the manager kind of pulled me into the office and was just like to me, we would like to offer you an 18-month contract. How would you like to sign? And I was like, yeah, of course, you get me.
Yeah, that's all the hard work.
Yeah, that's probably been the happiest moment, finding out that I've been offered a 18-month contract at the time top of the Championship club. Yeah, it was surreal. It was like all the hard work from a little kid from Dagenham, from schoolboy, all of that just paid off, and I got my first professional contract. And yeah, it was a real moment for me and my family that I enjoy, and I still look back with good memories.
And how was that transition? Obviously coming from Nike Academy, which obviously is a very good standard, but then going into under 21,
under 23s, yeah.
And playing against, obviously, you play against other 23s that have academy players that are outstanding and stuff like that. So how was that transition?
It became real because we was in like Premier League Cup. We had like Newcastle, Blackburn, Sunderland, like all these massive clubs with history. And you're playing at like Cardiff City Stadium. All these, like, week in, week out, you're playing against big players that will now be playing in the Premier League. And it was the whole level of football, the training every day, the 1%ers, the 2%ers they call them in football, really made a difference. It wasn't just about playing anymore. You had to watch your diet, you had to sleep on time, you had to go every day, you had to be here. If you didn't turn up on time, it's a fine. You had to do this. And it really showed you what real football's like, politics on and off the pitch and whatnot. But yeah, and it was so far away from home, living in Burnley. Obviously, it's near Manchester for people that don't really know. For someone like me, when I heard about Burnley, I had to Google Maps. You know? I can't even lie, I had to Google Maps. Where's Burnley? I didn't even know where it was. I couldn't tell you. It's the furthest place I've ever been away from home. About 4.5 hours in the car. It's far, innit? It's just and it was just I was me on my own and my football, and yeah, it was like a love-hate relationship. Loved it because I was a professional footballer, but just hated at the same time because it wasn't everything I thought it would be. Yeah. But so it was a great experience.
Now going into non-league, where you are now, how's like obviously from 23s to first team in non-league? How is that transition now?
It's harder. And I'm being honest, with the 23s, it was didn't really mean much. Like we lose 2-1 and we'll be like, all right, cool, training game. We did this. And the Saturdays now, playing for 3 points, livelihoods, people's money, bonuses, managers' jobs. It's real life, and the standard is just higher. Playing against real men that want to hurt you, that don't want you to win. They want the 3 points. Every game matters. And it's just a step up that you needed to learn how to be a man and really play this men's game. And you can see that now the 23s are trying to alter it and change, because at the end of the day, if I'm being honest, probably playing non-league a bit earlier would have been a lot better for me than playing for the 23s at Burnley. But you live and you learn, and I'm enjoying it. This is the most I've enjoyed my football in a long, long time. And I'm just enjoying the process of playing non-league, and I'm winning things, winning points, winning occasions, scoring winning goals or whatnot it is. I'm just enjoying the process.
So for this season, have you set yourself any targets of where you want to be, or what type of stats you want to have on the pitch?
Yeah, I've got some personal ones. I keep close. and I've got some team targets. At the end of the day, I want to get promoted.
Yeah.
I want to win trophies. If you can win the cup, I win the cup. If you can win the League Cup and win the league, wonderful. But my main goal is to forget promotion, be in the playoffs or promoted by winning the league and seeing where it can take you. Because at the end of the day, exposure is what is key in these type of leagues. You get to the final stage, you might as well win it. And at the moment, we're doing all right. But it's a long season, and I learned that the hard way, that it's a long season. So 12 games in, 15 games in means nothing. Until after Christmas, it means nothing. After the 46 games have been played, that's what counts. And it's kind of like, take every game as it comes. There's a game, non-league, Saturday, Tuesday. And we'll see. I've got personal stats, but hopefully I get them, innit? Hopefully I get them, and then we're all happy.
Another thing is, when you're playing, like, obviously now, I've started the season, and it hasn't been too long in the season, and it looks like you're probably at your best, as you're saying, and confidence is high as well. Does that help from management as well? Because I see, like, a lot of players, when the manager believes in them especially, it helps their game on the pitch, and it helps them off the pitch to have that relationship with their team members and the manager. Yeah,
most definitely. The manager that I signed for now is a big part of why I even came to this level, and I was happy to do it. I could have actually been 2-3 levels above, but might not have enjoyed it. I had offers, and I decided to play at this level because I wanted to play for this manager. And he instills the confidence in me that he trusts me to play. I will make mistakes. It's natural. You're human beings. Footballers make mistakes, and I am learning. But knowing that you have a manager that is willing to put you there week in, week out, and trust you no matter what is the key thing that any footballer would love to have. And that's what I'm thriving off at the moment, and hopefully it continues for the rest of the season.